we are diverse. We are is different, and so to make it an open tent for everybody, you got to give something to everybody so they can feel inclusive. So when I see such as things such as that that I don't maybe relate to or I don't understand to, I really try to step out myself and say, well, this part of the program was for a brother or sister that's not my brother or sisters, and they're just reaching out to them to let them know that they're inclusive into it too. So it never messes with me, period. And I accepted it. If you look at the other parties, such as the Republican, it's just one thing. If you're not down for pro-life, and I don't know why they call it pro-life, I changed it. They should be pro-birth because they don't care.
Mhm.
They just want to make sure the baby come here, and then when the baby get here, you on your motherfucking own. You know
Say
what I'm
that.
saying? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it's not pro-life, it's pro-birth. We just want to make sure if you sleep with a woman that come on. So, you know, if you don't tag that line with the Republican Party, then you're not inclusive on it. That's why they're shrinking. And ours is everything. LPG, I don't know the alphabets, but you know the gay movement. You have you got my Latino brothers and sisters. You got black in it. You got white. You got educated whites, poor. I mean, uneducated whites. We have the whole gamut. So if you're gonna have a convention, you're gonna have to put each one of those different touch each one progressive against conservative. See, I'm not even a Democrat. I'm an independent. So a lot of things that the Republicans used to stand for, I was for lower taxes, which black people believe in God and love of country. And I tell people all the time, black people, if I could change anything about them, our mindset is this is our country. We are the most patriotic race ever to love this country because we're the only race that fought for this country when this country did not love us. Everybody else that fought for this country, the country accepted them. We fought in wars for people rights that we didn't even have at our own home. So you can never. We burnt in. And I told them this is our country because our ancestors built it on the back of their lives, built it on the back. Just think how good you could be or we could be if we had free labor. If we could sit around and someone else raised our kids, did our work, sit down here and allow us to sit on our ass and come up here with a master plan. We'll be farther in life too. You're supposed to do great things if you got somebody else around here doing all your hard work. And then when you feel bad, you can go down there and humiliate them. You can sit down here and abuse them. You can rape, pillage, make feel good about yourself because you got someone you can step on. Of course,
Yeah.
you'll feel good about yourself. You should prosper. You should be
Mhm.
far ahead. If you have a race of people that you can have do all your dirty work, do all the things you don't want to do or you can't do, and then when they do come up with something great, you take credit for it.
That's right. That's
I
right.
mean, so if it's anybody around here that should be, I mean, how did they say back in the day? The shit that gets me all the time. Just locked in, grandfather claused in. It's black people when it comes to patriotism. We're grandfathered in. Check our record. So I want people, especially our people, like Barack said, we are the ancestors of people who did all of this in search of democracy when democracy didn't show them anything. When there was no reason to believe into the stuff like Barack said last night, you know, a more perfect union. When you walk outside, a motherfucker could just hang you and get off. So,
Mhm.
you know, it's nothing that they could tell me. We are the most patriotic people in the world because we're the only race of people that love this country when the country didn't love us, and we still fought for it
That's
and
right.
died for it.
That's a very good point, though. That's like, like we talk about the slaves built this country, and we know you see all the structures from the White House on down, but also actively fought in wars to come back to be treated like three-fifths of a human.
We fought in wars against people who was denying other people rights that we didn't have.
Yes, and that's
Fighting against, you understand, against tyranny, dictators. when we was over here being segregated and didn't even have the rights at the place that we was fighting to liberate other goddamn countries it's like building somebody else's house up, fighting for a person to live in a house, and you ain't even living in the house that you in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I never even thought about that. That's like damn, along with the laundry list of other things, but
Yes, that's
yeah.
the main one. I mean, how you gonna say our people don't love this fucking country, and on top of that, how in the fuck you gonna say it ain't ours?
Yeah.
We showed the commitment to it. Our kids can piss on the flag for 100 years, and it's still, you can never ever question the contribution that our ancestors did when the country did not love us. And then another thing, I tell people all the time, I love my country. My country reminds me of my condo. I love my condo. I just can't stand the landlord. And that's the same thing about this country. I love this country. I just never hated the landlord.